Welcome to English 101. This is Dr. Elisa Cooper, and I'll be your instructor for this semester of English 101. Now, if you're watching this video, that means that you've registered for one of my classes. I teach English 101 online, hybrid, which is usually one day a week, and then I teach the regular face-to-face Monday, Wednesday, and Friday class. What's unique about this course is that all three courses will be joined together in an online environment. You'll all be able to work together and help each other out. So the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday class, I'll see you 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the hybrid class, I'll see you 1 day a week. And of course, online students, I won't see you all. But you'll all see each other online in the course network and in Blackboard. You'll all be doing the same work, as this is the same course, irregardless of how you registered or what you registered for. It's still English 101. The only difference will be how often I get to see you every day. So this is the orientation video, so be sure to take some notes and write down the 3 key words that I'm going to be giving you throughout this orientation so that you can write them down in the orientation quiz at the end of the orientation. I want to spend some time talking about the course because we all want you to be successful here at GCC. And a lot of times students sign up for courses and they're really not sure about what they're getting themselves into. So I want to talk about this course in particular, whether it be the face-to-face, online, or hybrid. I want to give you a heads up so that you can make an informed decision before you get started and you decide later that this really wasn't the course for you. So as you can already tell, there's going to be a lot of technology used in this course, especially if you're in the online or hybrid version. But even for a regular face-to-face course, this is what I would call a unique class in that we use a lot of technology. Everything will be used or typed on a computer. I like to call it a paperless class. Now don't get too excited because paperless doesn't mean that you're not going to have to write any papers. It just means that you won't have any paper to have to print out and hand in to me. Everything will be submitted online. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But first, let me give you some advice. Now this advice is for all students, regardless of, like I said before, if you're online or face-to-face. Most students are really unprepared when they get to college. They're used to high school, and let's be honest, high school was pretty easy. I taught high school, and it was really a lot of pressure was put on us as teachers to pass students because they didn't want students to fail. So we, had to let students pass who really didn't deserve to. It didn't work hard. But in college, we don't have that. We really are here to prepare you for the next level. And if we don't do our job, the ASUs and NAUs are going to come shaking their finger at us and saying, how come you're sending us ill-prepared students? I set high standards for my students because I believe that when I do, most students will live up to that. And as a result, they'll do well in my class and they'll do well in their other college courses as well. So, be prepared for high standards. No slackers allowed. So here's my advice to you. To be successful in this course, especially for you online students, you need to be self-disciplined. And that, by the way, is the first key word. So write it down, self-disciplined, with a D on the end. That means that as a student, you don't need someone to tell you what to do and to be on your back all the time about, oh, don't forget to turn this in and don't forget to turn that in. You are self-disciplined, so you'll make your own schedule. You'll figure out when you're going to get things done and you'll get it done. You can jump right in, set up your own time schedule, and just get to work. You also must be a problem solver because a lot of things happen in college. Instead of showing up with a bunch of excuses, solve your problems. You just have to be the type of student who can find a way, any way, some way, whatever way to get things done. And those are the characteristics of a successful student. Well, in addition to that, you must be comfortable using the computers and technology because that's the way of the future and that's the way I do things in this course. Everything is done using a computer or some sort of technology. We have the network, we have Blackboard, we have Easy Writer to do our exercises. Of course, you'll be using a computer to type up your essays and so forth. So don't be afraid of the technology. Jump in, get started with it, get going. You also can't be shy because part of the course is about being involved with each other. That's why we were using a social network. So you need to be comfortable with interacting with people online via email or even chat, and also interacting with your professor. That's me. So emailing me, texting me, or writing on my wall on the social network. Any way that you need to get help, you need to be comfortable doing it. So this also means that you're going to need to have computer access. Now, although it's not required that you have a computer or internet access at home, it is highly recommended. And dial-up just won't do, because there's a lot of videos and audio that you'll be listening to and viewing, and if you have dial-up, it could be troublesome. So don't forget that we do have computer labs on campus in the high-tech centers, and high-tech, by the way, is the second keyword, high-tech. Write that one down. So you can visit the high-tech centers on campus 7 days a week, I believe it's open. So check the schedule, find out when they open and when they close. And if you don't have computer or internet access at home, make a schedule so you'll know when you can visit. Now here's the hard part. Many students don't understand the time restraints involved when taking college courses. For instance, some students truly believe that they can take a full load, 5 classes, and work full-time. And that's not even counting having the fun that they're used to having with their friends and their family on the weekends and in the evenings. So there's only 168 hours in a week, and we have to sleep sometime, so you have to be honest about how much time you really have for these classes. Now we recommend that in a college course, a 3-credit course, that you spend anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours studying for each hour of the course. So that means if you have a 3-hour course, like this one is, that you should be spending 7.5 to 9 hours a week studying outside of class for this course. So if you're taking a full load, 4 or 5 classes, you could do the math. That adds up to over 40 hours a week. That's like having a full-time job in itself. So if you're going to try to work 40 hours, it's not going to work. So be honest with yourself. If you don't have enough time to take 4 or 5 courses, cut back on your load. Or if you're really serious about getting an education, cut back on your work, and maybe you can do a good job. I truly believe that if you have enough time and you can devote that time to your coursework, that you'll do well in this course. And, believe it or not, you could even have some fun. So if you're a self-motivated problem solver who has realistic time restraints and was a pretty decent high school student, A's or B's in high school, then I think you can do well in this class. Don't forget that you'll need 7.5 to 9 hours a week that you can devote to it as well. So let me tell you a little bit more about the course now that I got you suckered in a little bit. We have 5 modules in this course. The first module is just a getting familiar with the course module, but the other 4 modules follow a pattern. They'll each have a theme, so we'll be able to discuss popular topics like alternative lifestyles, environmental issues, education, and personal freedoms. And then each module will require that you write in your own personal blog that you'll have on the network. You'll also be required to participate in group discussion forums. There'll be assignments that you'll be working on, an essay in each module, and a quiz, and also handbook activity in each module. What you'll find most interesting about the course, however, is that it is called or considered a multimodal composition course. So multimodal is our 3rd keyword, so write that down. So multimodal just means that it's not about the words written on the page. Most composition courses are all about writing an essay, but multimodal texts exceed the alphabetic and may include anything like movies, audio, podcasts, music, sound, web pages. All of these options are very exciting if you're into that type of thing. So it's nothing that you'll be required to do, but you'll find that in some of the assignments and essays you'll have options to do alternative assignments that are more multimodal, like creating a video instead of writing an essay. So take a look around the Blackboard site and the Course Network site and see if this is for you, because this course isn't for everyone. It's definitely unique, and not everybody will be happy with it. But have a look around, because I'd rather you decide today that this is not for you, so then you can get your money back and get into a course that you think is right for you, and we can all be happy. But if you're ready to get started, go ahead and start working on the scavenger hunt, which is assignment number 1. It won't be due until the end of the first week, but you can get started early if you want to. So good luck to you, and if you have any questions, just feel free to get in touch with me. I have lots of options for you. You can email me, you can text me, you can call me, You can IM me. What else? Oh, and if you're into Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter and DM me there as well.